Yeah, let's hear what you have to say, Amy.
OK, we've got a great first caller. It's Beth on line 1.
Beth, good morning.
Good morning, Matthew.
So what do you think then, Beth?
Well, I'd say life's sitcom. I have not got a crease in my forehead, and I'm 69.
So you're wrinkle-free?
It must have been all the porridge I had as a child, I don't know. But nothing at all. People don't believe... They're shocked, even young ones, when they know how old I am. And I've just started getting a few little creaks above my upper lip.
Do you imagine what your life would be like if it had been different, and if you looked your age or looked older, that how you would feel about yourself if people's reaction was the opposite that you're getting now? I
think it's a matter of attitude. And my attitude is, take each day as it comes. I laugh a lot, and even young ones, I have fun with young ones. I get on with all age groups. And if I can make them laugh, I feel good, you know.
But Beth, if you weren't graced with being wrinkle-free in your late 60s, and if you actually looked older than your age, the reaction you get from the people you're enjoying now, I would suspect, would be very different. And you might feel differently about yourself.
I can't say really, can I? Because I've not been there.
No.
You know, I can't really say how I'd feel. I mean, even my husband looks younger than he's 71, and he's very distinguished. You know,
where do you live, Beth?
When they get older, aren't they?
Where do you live? Manchester?
Manchester, yes. Right. But I'm from Scotland.
Oh, that'll be why then.
Yeah, I live up the hills.
Beth, thank you very much. Let's have another.
OK, let's go to Lisa then on line 2.
Lisa, good morning.
Good morning.
So why do you think we're obsessed with staying young?
Well, I think there's an awful lot of pressure on people. Probably a lot to do with, you know, society in general and the programmes we watch on TV. Everybody's doing it now and people get on the bandwagon. But I think people should grow old gracefully. My husband loves me just as I am, and we're going to grow old together, so I think that's how everybody should be. And a funny thing happened a couple of weeks ago. I didn't think I had many wrinkles on my face. I'm 39. And a friend of mine got really excited, and she said, "Oh, you must have had Botox on the weekend." I said, "What are you talking about?" And she said, "Well, you've only got one number 11 left in between your eyebrows. When are you going to get the next one done?"
Do you think you'll stay like that forever, or do you think you will eventually succumb to this this rush to sort of, I don't know, do whatever it takes to stay young?
I would never ever like to take the chance on doing anything, putting anything fake inside my face or my, you know, having boob jobs or Botox or anything like that.
The one that gets me is the puffed up lips. I mean, I just don't get it. I mean, I just don't ever think I've ever seen anyone that looks attractive.
Why would you want to do that to yourself?
I mean, I live in Cheshire, you know, so you've got your kind of Cheshire set there, and a lot of women have a fair amount of work done now. It's a bit like Hollywood, and I've got a mate who refers to them as retreads, which is rather. And I think it's becoming a kind of. I think it's becoming stigmatised in a way, but I always love that expression.
Because I don't necessarily know if you look better for it. I don't know if Kylie looks better for it. She looks weird.
Well, unless you get told, you don't know a lot of the time, and.
But it all comes back to how you feel you look, you know, and you being happy with you, no matter what anybody else thinks.
And also, there's that old saying, isn't there? What is it? Those that the gods love best die young. But that doesn't mean that you die when you're young. What it means is you stay young in your mind until the day you die.
But you see, none of you said.
And that's the important
You see how
thing.
you're all prejudiced. When I said I hate the way I look, Matthew, you could have said, I think you're lovely. But you didn't. Did you? You didn't say it.
You know I think you're lovely. 2, what a patronising, condescending swine
I would
sound if I did. It would be nice. This is the trouble with men and women, right? You want equality, but you want us to pay the bill at the end of dinner. I mean, it just does my nut in.
You missed your
You don't know what you want. You don't know what you want. What does our audience think, Eric?
Well, from Lisa in Manchester to Lisa next to me, what do you think about this?
Well, guys with grey hair look lovely and they're distinguished and they grow old gracefully. But personally, I use Preparation H for underneath their hemorrhoid.
Isn't that what you do for bottom problems?
It's hemorrhoid cream, yeah.
Right, it is.
And if I did have the money, I'd have these pulled a bit further north and I'd have this all hoovered out.
And do you think you would be younger as a result?
Well, because I'm knocking on the 40 door and that scares me rigid as 30 scared me.
Why?
Because when you were younger, 40 was an old person, wasn't it?
Yeah, and why? And we used to think we maybe still do think that we don't want to get old. Why don't we get old?
I don't feel 40. I still feel like I do when I was like 25, 26, but you know, my birth certificate obviously says something different. But
do you think if I mean, it's difficult. If you imagine living in a world where old people were put on pedestals, they were the leaders, they were the most respected, the most revered people in society, Wouldn't you want to be like that? I mean, when you're 12 years old, all you want to do is be sort of 17, 18, so you can go out and do what old people do, be an adult.
It was like when you were a child, you know, you wanted to be 8.5 or 9 or 10.
But,
you know,
but
now
why don't you want to be old? Why
is
it? Why don't we want to be old? Because I would suggest we don't celebrate being old. We despise it.
We don't celebrate it enough.
Do you think then, if we changed that, there was a way of, I don't know, that we were a warmer, more caring society for the elderly, that we would be less frightened and would therefore spend less money on staying young?
I still use my preparation aid.
Oh, that's funny.
I never knew that one.
Wait to get older. I couldn't wait to get older. I think because I started...
Careful what you wish for.
It's true, because I started acting when I was so young and no one ever listened to me. I never had a point of view. You know, I couldn't wait until I was in my 30s because then I would have an experience and a knowledge and my point of view would be respected, you know.
Yeah.
I actually look forward to getting older and what I'm going to gain
that's if you live in a world where the elderly are viewed as experienced, that they have something serious to consider.
And you aspire to be like them.
And yet the great irony is I don't think we do.
Yeah. And so what's the alternative? You know, so many countries, people die by the time they're 42. Yep. The alternative, not getting old, is actually dying. And we should remember that. We're really lucky to live in areas where life expectancy is hugely long.
What used to frighten me when I was a kid was, you know, the Eskimos, and they'd leave the old people in the snow, wouldn't they, and move on to the next set of igloos. Saves on the pension, I suppose.
Well, nowadays we use NHS corridors, don't we? Anyway, after the break, we're asking if whitening up is as bad as blacking up. After all the fury that's been thrown at TV shows and plays that feature white actors blacking up, what do you make of a new National Theatre production where some of the all-black cast white up? Is it racist, offensive, or maybe a serious attempt to redress the balance? 0207 173 5555 is the number to dial. Is whitening up as bad as blacking up, or maybe neither option? Either option is nothing to be alarmed by. We'll find out what you think after the ads.
Norfolk police were once forced to apologise for blacking up 2 officers as part of a TV crime reconstruction. Is that true or false? Find out the answer after the break.